What's up, guys? Welcome to the IELTS listening test channel. My name is Preet Kaur, and my teacher batch number is 33625. In today's lesson, I'm going to discuss why candidates are getting low band score in speaking tasks. What are the reasons for getting lower band scores and how we can overcome that reasons to score good bands in speaking IELTS exam. So, the reasons by which the bands are getting reduced in IELTS speaking are: the first one is confidence. As we all know, confidence is the first and the foremost thing to score good bands in IELTS speaking test. There can be two ways: either the confidence can be low or the confidence can be over. In both ways, by both ways, the band scores will reduce. When the confidence is low, it represents that the student or the speaker is nervous, that he is not able to present his idea in front of the examiner. And overconfidence means that you are just giving answers by not thinking properly. So, whenever there is speaking exam, you must be confident but not too low but not too over. You have to be confident so that you must look you are not nervous, you fully know the answers, and you should represent your ideas and expressions very clearly and effectively in front of the examiner. The next part can be, or the next reason can be, lack of exam structure. Sometimes when the structure of exam is not clear to us, that thing also reduces our band score. As we all know, in speaking there are three parts: part 1, part 2 and part 3. In part 1 we have to introduce ourselves, or we have to tell something about ourselves. In part 2, one cue card is given and we have to speak for 2 minutes on this cue card, and in third question we have to elaborate our answers, or we have to give the explanation of your answer. We must clear with the exam structure that what the type of questions can be asked and what the type of cue card can be asked. The first thing you should know that what the cue card is, how you have to speak in cue card, what are the things that you can speak. So you must be clear with the exam structure. You must know how to introduce yourself or some of the question related to ourselves. In second, how you have to give answer of your cue card. Like when the cue card is asked, you have to give this cue card by giving what the cue card is, what, when, where, how. These are some of the points that you have to explain in cue card to score good bands. And in question 3, you have to elaborate your answer in front of examiner. You don't have to give answers just by saying yes or no. You have to elaborate your answers very properly. The next reason that can be for lower band score is bad preparation. As it can be, you have given your exam in hurry without doing any preparation. In speaking, you can do preparation with your friends or your IELTS tutor, or you can speak in front of the mirror. You must know the type of questions. You must be clear with the cue card. During your preparation, you must know how to answer the question in speaking part. You must be prepared about yourself, about your hometown, about your job, either you are studying, everything. The preparation should be done according to the exam structure only. How the exam is going to conduct it and how you have to prepare your exam. So the bad preparation can also be one of the reason for the lower band scores in speaking. So you must be prepared properly for your IELTS exam. The next reason can be answers not up to mark. As I already said, in speaking there are three parts: 1, 2 and 3. In all of the three parts you have to give your answers very confidently in front of the examiner. So whenever the question is asked to you, your answer should be up to mark. You don't have to give answers just by saying yes or no. If the question is about cue card, about any historic place, you have to give your answers related to that question only. You don't have to go off track or off the topic. You have to give your answers according to your question only. The next thing can be repetitions of answers. In first, we can introduce ourselves. In second, we can talk about cue card, what, when, where, how. By relating this, you have to cover 2 minutes. If you are not covering 2 minutes, if you are completing your task, speaking task, less than 2 minutes, that thing also reduce bands. So these all points are correlated with each other. In cue card, when the next part comes, it is related, the questions are related somewhat to cue card only. In this question, the examiner will try to confuse you. He will try to mess up questions with you. So you don't have to give repetitive answers in front of the examiner. Every time in part 3, every time the examiner is going to ask somewhat similar questions related to the questions which he or she has already asked, but you always have to give another answer, but you don't have to change the wording, not wording, you don't have to change the way. Like firstly you are saying yes I do this, then you don't have, in next question then you don't have to say no I don't do this. You have to go in one flow only, but you have to use different vocab, different form of sentences. If you are giving repetitive answers, it will lower your band scores, as repetition is also reducing bands. According to the task achievement, the band scores are given. So you always have to take care about what the question is and how I have to give the answers. Always try to speak more until the examiner stops you. If you will stop yourself only without stopping the examiner, that thing also represents that you are not prepared well, as you don't know how to speak or how to explain your feelings or the explanation in front of the examiner. So you have to give the appropriate answers. As we all know, the speaking task is like transforming our answers in front of the examiners. If we are able to transform our thoughts, or we can speak our thoughts in front of the examiner with full confidence, having a smile on our face, not getting nervous, this thing helps to score good bands. To overcome all these points, you must practice for your speaking. But how we can do practice, as some of these candidates are very shy to speak in a group. In that case, you can do practice with your tutor all alone or in a one room, as speaking is one-to-one conversation. You don't have to speak in a group, or you don't have to give a public speaking. You have to do one-on-one conversation. The way you feel comfortable, you have to give answers like that only. So if you are comfortable while preparing with giving answers to your friend, you can do that. Apart from this, you can do a mirror practice. You can stand in front of the mirror and speak whatever you want to speak, because no one is seeing you and no one is observing you. This is just to build a confidence in you that I can speak. If I can speak in front of mirror, slowly by slowly, step by step, you will able to speak in front of anyone. So try to speak in mirror and try to record your audio, or you can make your video using your tripod stand or something else, and you can watch it later on. From that video and audio, you will able to get the points where you are lacking, so you can overcome that points. So these are the points that you can improve to score good band scores in your IELTS exam. The one and the only one main thing to score good band is only a confidence. If you are enough confidence, there will be no lack in any other point. You will be confident only when you know the exam structure, you are prepared, your answers will be up to mark, and you are not repeating your answers. All these things will happen when you will be confident, but not overconfident. So I hope these points will help you to score good bands in your IELTS exam. So do practice using these points in your mind. It will really help you. Hope this video will help you. Thank you for watching this video.